guys.
Miss Nat Boogie. And welcome back to episode 181. We have special guest, good friend Lorena Monroe, CEO of Bonita Productions, LLC. Thank you so much for allowing us to come into your beautiful home. Very beautiful.
Welcome to your casa. Welcome. You know, there's nothing more exciting than talking a little bit about yourself and everything around you and doing it in casa. Your casa, tu casa. So welcome.
No, thank you, and we appreciate you being up this late. I don't know if you're normally up this late, but we know that it can be a little late for some.
For most people.
Yeah, for most people.
It works for me. It works for me.
I'm glad. Well, thank you for allowing us in here. It is a beautiful home. Very, very beautiful.
Thank you. Well, welcome.
Now, for everyone that's tuning in, please make sure to like, comment, and share. We're going to be talking about the Fashion Week. Taryn, what is going on?
Hi, Taryn.
Yes, I know we should have invited you too as well. But we will definitely see you very soon.
Hi, Richie. Hi, Christina.
We have Richie Rich, everyone. So over the weekend, and please comment below, everyone that's tuning in, please make sure to share. If you had, let's start off with the trend. Like everyone was kind of, talking about Hocus Pocus and how some liked it, some didn't like it. Did either of you heard anything about it on your end, or did you watch it or take the time to do any of that?
It was all on my Facebook.
Uh-huh.
I didn't care that much to watch it, but I also saw a lot of people saying that it wasn't as good as the first one.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's pointless to watch it at this point. So all I saw people talking about were Hocus Pocus, and then, of course, people are still talking about Dahmer, that Netflix show.
Oh, yeah.
So
I fell asleep on that Dahmer one.
I haven't watched it. I'm just still debating.
Have you heard about that one?
Absolutely. And you know what? I know it wasn't like the best one as the first one was.
Yes.
But it is all good. You know what? It cannot all be the best.
That is true.
As long as there is a little bit of entertainment for everyone, some people are going to like it, some people are not going to like it. I mean, some people love the first one, some people do not care for the first one. I mean, you're always going to have a mixture of people that are always going to be negative or positive about it. I am all positive about it. So you know what? Grab the kids, grab La Familia, and just go check it out. And don't just look at anybody's point of view. Get your own judgment. Go watch it and get your own point of view. You know what I mean? I always like to get my own point of view. I never go by what people say, because if you go by what people say, you know what? You're just being a follower. Do not be a follower. Be a leader. Be a leader. That's what Lorena Monroe is all about. It's just leading and going out there and checking it out. It's like coming, having someone coming talking bad about somebody or making a negative comment about somebody. I don't play that game. I always go and give everybody the benefit of the doubt myself.
Form your own
so
opinion.
I really do feel that everybody just needs to go out the familia and go watch it.
No, that's good. Like that. We saw it on a Sunday night, order some pizza, of course, right, get that pizza in, and we watched it, and I'll say this, it was all right. It wasn't like the first one, but it was good for what it was. I mean, we watched it throughout. We stayed all of us as a family stayed up and watched it. So it was okay. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I feel like it is more of a family thing.
Yeah,
I'm not a family.
Your own point of view. I like that. MikeAnthony.
Taryn said it was boring and cheesy.
Yeah, it was cheesy, of course. Boring, yes. I think the script could have been better, but for what it was. And again, in the 90s, I don't remember getting excited for Hocus Pocus in the 90s. So as a kid, but then again, I mean, everyone's different with their taste. Now I do know that they made an announcement of Sister Act 3 coming out, and I'm excited about that because Sister Act 1 and 2 were really good back to back. Whoopi Goldberg was the main actress. As long as they stay away from politics, I'm good because I don't like Whoopi Goldberg's political views at all, but as long as they keep it straight to just the movie, that's great.
Why would that be?
Because you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised some of those. You'd be
nuns, and they're like, you know what?
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised those hidden messages. You'd be surprised with those hidden messages. Like, No, it was crazy because I didn't think about it until some of my friends commented on my post. They're like, "Yeah, as long as she keeps away from," which is true. I mean, when you have a movie, they do press release, they do interviews, and of course they're gonna ask questions. And some people don't know how to separate the two. Like for me, I could watch a Whoopi Goldberg movie and not think about her politics. It's just as long as she doesn't talk about it, you know. That's just my thoughts and everything like that.
Her on The View or whatever show that is she's on should be way different than her acting in a movie. I highly doubt.
I would hope so. Let's pray. But did you ever watch The Sister Act 1 and 2?
Back in my day, I don't even remember how old I was. I don't remember how long ago. How long ago was
we were jamming out in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, I was a child.
So we were jamming out some of those songs in the kitchen, cooking and
I watched
singing.
them and I love them, so
Right.
I know that third one's going to be good.
Yeah,
I do remember I liked them back then, and I feel like from the poster thing or whatever you posted, it looked like Whoopi Goldberg hasn't really aged.
No, right?
She looked the same in A Black Don't Crack.
Black Don't Crack.
Really quick, shout out to Joe Clark for tuning in. He said he watched Hocus Pocus by himself. He expected it to be cheesy, and I guess it was what he expected. And shout out to Aiden, one of my little ones. Aiden is one of my best friend's sons. And Aiden, how old are you? Please remind me. And I had bought, there's these things called Squishmallows or something. I don't know anything about them, but apparently they're in high demand. The kids love them. They're like little fluffy, like pillow character thingies. And my friend was like looking everywhere for them, and they had them at my HEB in my area. So I bought her a few for the kids, and I met up with them yesterday. And I got to meet her little baby girl for the first time ever,
Aww.
Jade. She is the cutest little thing ever, like the happiest baby. And I got to see Aiden. I hadn't seen him in a while, so it was nice to see them. And Aiden tunes in.
Yeah, he does tune in.
He tunes in
quite
all
a
the
bit.
time. And I'm like, Aiden, go to bed.
Go to bed, Aiden.
So shout out to Aiden. He said hi. And shout out to Albert and Natasha and Arlene. Natasha, are you back in town? She was in Miami.
She was.
Her and Richie. And I was worried because
really?
of the hurricane.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Because they were there for the Latin Billboard Awards that was going on. And But the hurricane hit like a day after they got there,
Wow.
I think. So I was like, I hope they're okay. So they're okay, thank God.
That is crazy.
Yeah. That hurricane looked intense.
That is sad. That is. But the Latin Billboard Awards, there was a what's her name? Carol G. Mm-hmm. She's actually in Austin. So a lot of people were really hyped about that. She's one of the biggest Latin stars. I'm sure you've heard of her, right?
I love her.
Yeah,
she's
awesome.
awesome. You know what? All my little stories, I love to upload my stories with her music. She does have amazing music. You know, I mean, I have no business uploading her music. I love her music, so I do put my little stories with her music, which, you know, the words of the music, if you speak Spanish, are pretty intense.
Really?
Oh, yeah, intense, but good intense, you know, because they hit you. Especially when you're breaking up, or when you have the ex-boyfriend or the lover or the husband, or when you're dating older men. I mean, you know, she just has like a little mixture in her music. It's amazing. I love her. She's amazing.
I wish I understood
Me
what
too.
they were saying, because I like their music. Like, are you a big Bad Bunny fan? Like
Oh,
everybody?
absolutely. I like it.
I like their music. I just do not understand.
I heard Bad Bunny though talks a little dirty though.
But Bunny is a
think
little
they
Bad
all do.
Bunny.
I like that.
That makes sense.
Bad Bunny is a little Bad Bunny.
That makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
No, but I
the
do
way-
I do like her too, and I like how she be changing her hair different colors. Where is she, like performing in Austin, or is she staying in Austin? What do you
No,
mean?
she has
She's
a
in Austin?
concert in Austin.
okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it was funny because shout out to Manny from a hotel in 1902. I actually was presented the package to bring her, but that was way out my budget.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Way. So you're looking at, you know, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to invest into that concert. But it's a smart move because
No, she brings in
she
the
has
money.
a huge.
She brings in the money.
Yep,
Right
she
now,
brings in the money.
I mean, concerts are huge. I'm so happy that 2022 has been an amazing year for all the artists, for concerts, for going out, for the nightlife, because that's what keeps us alive. That's what keeps us going in every aspect. From working hard during the day and then looking forward to go out in the night, or going out to a nice concert with a nice date at the end of the week. I mean, that's always kind of nice. So I'm so happy for concerts. And there's a lot of concerts going on, but Becky G, she's one of the big ones. So,
Carol G? Or Becky G?
Carol,
wait, I was like, is Becky
Carol.
coming too?
Becky. Carol G.
I like her too.
Yeah, no, Becky G is awesome too. So.
No, yeah. Lorena, so that we could get a little bit about you, especially for the viewers that are, getting to know you first, as you being our special guest, you do have your Bonita Productions, LLC, which you do a lot of events yourself, and you're kind of affiliated with the Techport too, right? As well. So Techport, if you haven't heard of this venue, it's one of the newest ones, and they actually host concerts.
Oh yes, lots of concerts. Every other day there's a concert there at Techport. What's nice is the Techport San Antonio has an arena right now that is not as big as the Alamodome, and it's not as big as the AT&T Center, but it is big enough to fit a nice crowd. They're able to fit 3,300 people.
Oh, nice.
Which it gets nice and loud. But what's nice about it is that it doesn't matter where you buy your ticket, you're going to get the best view.
So it's more
Those are the
intimate.
those are the kind of concerts I like.
Yes,
You like those,
I love
girl?
those venues.
Where you can go
Yes.
there, you can get the best view no matter where you go.
Yep.
Because if you're a little bit on the budget, you can sit way on the top. Whoa, you're gonna get the nice view. So
Nice. That's
Techport
good to
San
know.
Antonio does have a new arena. It is absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend that you guys go to techport.org and check out all the concerts and all the venues, because they do have concerts every other day right there.
Yeah, y'all had, I would say, and it ranges too with the type of artist. They had Kevin Gates.
Yes.
They had Boys to Men. They had
I think Smashing Pumpkins was
Yes.
like one of the
Smashing
first
Pumpkins,
shows that they
right?
had there, right?
Yes.
Papa Roach,
Yes,
if I'm not
Papa
mistaken.
Roach. Mhm.
Yeah, it was just like, wow. It was
Oh yeah,
just,
they have a lot of them. Yeah, they have, and they're sold out. That's the beauty about it.
Wow.
And I personally like intimate concerts.
Same.
yeah, me too.
I mean, I love going to the Tobin Center when they have concerts there. I love going to the different smaller venues. The Aztec Theater always has the best artists that they bring in there, because it is not so big and it's not too small, but it's just right.
That's perfect. And they also have Davies Entertainment actually has their fight there this weekend.
Yes.
So
Oh,
their
really?
next Brawl
Yes.
or
Oh,
Nothing
see?
is happening
Yes.
there this
That's
weekend.
amazing.
On
Yes.
Saturday, the 8th.
Yes, so I do highly recommend everybody check out Techport San Antonio, because they do have a lot going on. Just in the past 6 months, it's just been crazy up there.
So how are y'all related into Techport, like into our relationships?
Oh, the relationship is always a business relationship, especially because of the fact that we have SAMSAT, our
There you
Museum
go,
of
the
Science and
SAMSAT.
Technology.
Okay.
And it is based right there at Techport San Antonio. So the new arena has a little area where they have 5 restaurants, which they have 5 amazing different chefs that they serve different venues. And then right next door is Techport San Antonio. Right there is SAMSAT inside the Techport. So it is kind of nice, because you get to see the museum, you get to see the concerts, you get to, have a choice of restaurants that have happy hour there every day. So it's a lot going on, but that's how we're related with them.
And where is it located by?
It is, it used to be at Kelly Air Force Base, which now is Techport, because the city of San Antonio took over it a few years ago.
Okay.
So they do have like thousands and thousands of acres available to grow businesses. So they're bringing a lot of industrial business right there at Techport San Antonio.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I need to go check
So
it out.
it is it's probably one of the fastest growing little areas within our city, right here in our own backyard in San Antonio, Texas. So for everyone listening to this podcast, I highly recommend that you Google samsat.org, and you're going to get all the information about what's going on at Techport San Antonio.
Nice.
Because we're all kind of related.
SAMSAT, yeah.
Yes.
Now with SAMSAT, like that is all technology and
Yes.
science, right?
Yes.
And how can you share a little bit more information about that? Like how did I get started?
So that got started with a dream. That got started by David Monroe, my husband, and David had a museum in Houston, Texas, and the sponsor was AT&T back in the days.
Okay.
And AT&T had a huge building just full of just the entire collection that belongs to David Monroe. And then from one day to the next day, they sold the building in Houston. AT&T Center sold the building, and it was one of those things that from one day to the next day, David needed to move out the entire collection. So we went out and we transferred the entire collection from Houston to San Antonio, and we were right here at the existing building where Tesla is at today. You know that building where Tesla is at today on IH10?
Yep.
We were right there. And that's really where SamSat was born. SamSat was born right out of that building, and then we expanded over to the port because the port went ahead and opened the doors for SamSat San Antonio. They saw the magical touch of what science and technology was all about, and what David Monroe has done in the past 45 years. What it has been that he has been a collective of every beautiful item you can think of that's got to do with technology.
That's awesome.
Besides that, he's an inventor himself. Besides that, he's done a lot of government work and all the wonderful history that he has within himself. That's how kind of everything tied in. So Techport San Antonio saw the vision of David Monroe, saw the white paper of David Monroe, and that's how they opened.
That's
the doors
amazing.
to David Monroe.
So
And that's why
if
we
y'all
did it.
Google
very
him,
cool.
y'all can learn a lot about this man. It does an incredible job with everything that he's done in his career. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. He has the patent of the iPhone
Yes, the iPhone camera.
camera,
The
right?
camera, yes.
Wow.
Absolutely, yeah. So you know what? He's definitely changed the world, you know.
Yep.
So we like David Monroe. We like him. He definitely is a keeper, you know. And, but not only that, he has done that patent, you know. He has over close to 100 patents that are sitting in today's military. You know,
Nice.
on government work that he has done with his previous companies. So he's done a lot of black boxes for the aircrafts. He has done, for an example, you know, the teleconferencing patent.
Oh, wow.
He's done a lot of patents out there. You can just Google David Monroe because it's all public knowledge, and it's just nice to read and to kind of know who is behind all this amazing education that it is being established right here in the heart of San Antonio. And I am proud to say that in the past few years, you know, we have had over 100,000 kids walk through SamSat San Antonio.
Wow.
So it is a beautiful feeling to be able to support a lot of the kids that are never even knew what science and technology was. And today, guess what? They are in love in taking their careers on that. So there is a beautiful whole history behind all of that. But you guys can read it all because we can sit here and talk all about it all night long. And I'm sure you got a lot of more questions to ask, and we can talk about other things too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I want to go check it out. Adam, that's where you work now, right? That's where you left us for?
No,
Shout out to Adam and shout out to Hobby,
Everybody
our
wants
producers.
Adam Ortiz. Everybody's like, okay, live stream media, we want you here, we need you here. I mean, even Bonita Productions is that you guys see now. I'm like Bonita Productions, but I always put live stream media right next to me.
Adam
right?
is amazing. So shout out to
Yes, he
Adam
is,
because he's
yes.
here with us today.
Yes. Yeah, we love Adam and also Javier.
Javier.
Now you have to realize that Adam will not be anything without little Javier.
Yep.
You do realize that,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the sound guy is the most important piece of the puzzle when it comes to editing, recording, and putting big functions.
Yes, it is. It's
So we want
amazing.
to thank you, to our
Yes.
Javier.
Thank you to our awesome producers over there.
I know we all share them. We do. But you actually have your own brands and your own companies, and that was one of the reasons why she's on our show tonight, is to share a little bit about herself and what got you started and how did you get into your industry, because you have an impressive career. And to you, for those that are tuning in, I've actually known Lorena for quite a while now.
Yes.
And I was able to help her with her birthday celebration at 1902, and she actually had me on as a guest on her SA Monthly magazine
Yes.
TV. So I've been able to learn a little bit more about her, but to have her here on our show is incredible because you do have an impressive just career of what you've done, and that's the reason why we wanted you to be our guest here too, for our viewers to get to know who you are as well.
Thank you, MikeAnthony. Thank you, MikeAnthony. Well, I had the best opportunity to get to know MikeAnthony, and I love it because you meet people sometimes and you bond within them within the first 5 minutes when you meet. Like when I met you, you're just a little bundle of joy. You're just full of energy, and I can see why MikeAnthony just thinks the world of you because you got a lot to offer, and you connect and you relate to a lot of the mommies out there, to a lot of the families, to a lot of the community people that are always looking forward to seeing you, listening to you, what you got to say, because you always have something beautiful to say, and you kind of bond with everybody, And you know what? The worst poverty in life is loneliness. Yeah. And when people tune in to your podcast, it doesn't matter how late it is, and they see a little bundle of joy here, you know what? She cheers everyone up. I personally look at the podcast because I like to listen to what she's got to say, and her message is always very positive to the community.
Yep, that is true.
So guess what?
Facts.
When we listen to this Access podcasting, guess what? We are not lonely.
Yep.
So we got to look forward every Monday night at 10 o'clock to listen to your podcast because there's always going to be something exciting to talk about. But yes, MikeAnthony. So I did have the opportunity to interview MikeAnthony. I loved his story because MikeAnthony is the kind of leader right here in the heart of San Antonio that has fallen many times, but he has stand up and moved forward. He has stand up and move forward. Just like many of us, we have fallen flat on our faces, and guess what? We have two choices. One, stay down, or two, get up and try it again. And us three right here, we get up and we try and we try and we try because we don't give up. And that's why I love that there's an energy in this room that is beautiful because we all have one thing in common. It doesn't matter how much money you've got or how much money you don't have. What matters is that we have one thing in common, and that's passion about what we do. Am I correct?
I love that.
Correct.
We are passionate about what we do. I mean, I am talking from Javier, Adam Ortiz, MikeAnthony, my little bundle of joy. I mean, we're passionate. I mean, for people to be out here at almost 11 o'clock at night at my home producing, that's passion.
That is.
Every Monday night for almost 4 years.
I know, for almost 4 years. That's crazy.
Passion. Consistency and passion and persistence is the key of success. And when you're passionate about something, guess what? You have never worked a day in your life.
That is true. Amen to that.
So that's how MikeAnthony and myself, we have bonded because we have actually sit down and we have put our story in front of the camera. MikeAnthony had the opportunity to interview with me for 20 minutes and I unveiled who MikeAnthony was. So I highly recommend everyone go to youtube.com and look for Bonita Productions and put in MikeAnthony Torres. Listen to his story because he really does something. You do have something to share, something that I want everyone to learn because you know what, MikeAnthony, you could relate to a lot of the people out there. You know, a lot of the people that are listening to your podcast that sometimes we don't see the window open. The window is open.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, if you go outside, you look outside the window, you look up in the sky. You know what? The opportunity, the sky is the limit. Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right.
You know, so yeah, you know what? I do go back. I've been here in San Antonio for 35 years. So I was born in Puebla, Mexico. At the age of 6 years old, Mexico. My parents moved me to Anchorage, Alaska. So I did grow up in Anchorage, Alaska. So I am a Latin Mexicana Eskimo. I grew up in Anchorage, Alaska. Did you love that story? I grew up in the fur business, in the fur industry, because from the side of my mother, we're in the fur industry. From the side of my father in Mexico, we are in the baking industry.
Okay.
Nice.
So we are in the baking, and that's been our bread and butter. So from both sides of the family, I come from business entrepreneurs.
There you go.
So I was born in that business entrepreneur of always getting up and working for yourself so that you understand a little bit of why I am the way I am. So then 35 years ago, my sister gets married with her loved one, and her loved one gets transferred from Anchorage, Alaska to Lackland Air Force Base right here in San Antonio, Texas. So my sister calls me up and invites me to come and visit her. I flew down here. I started it out of Lackland Air Force Base. Loved San Antonio 35 years ago. Fell in love with San Antonio and never went back to Anchorage, Alaska.
Nice.
So I've been here for 35 years.
That's
and
amazing.
yes, my first little business was knocking door-to-door knocking at Lackland Air Force Base, and I was selling cosmetics and clothing.
I see that.
That's how Bonita Natural was born.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
because
amazing.
I remember when I moved down here, I knew that the fur industry was not going to work here because most of the time it's 90, 100,
Yes, it's
110
hot.
degrees. And this summer was a hot summer. Did you
Yes.
guys feel the summer?
Hell
It was
yeah.
hot. It was hot.
Over 100 degrees every day.
Over 100 degrees almost
Shoots.
every day. It was crazy. So I knew that the fur business was not going to work here. So I said, no, I needed to go into something else. And you know what? You can never go wrong with fashion. You can never go wrong with selling lipstick and makeup. What do you think?
You're always gonna need a female's always gonna need that.
Right?
Some guys do.
Right. So I started 35 years ago, door-to-door knocking right here at Lackland Air Force Base. And then, of course, my first little restaurant was I started a little smoothie business called Tropolicious. I started making smoothies inside Bally's Health Club right there on
Oh, wow.
410.
Nice.
410 in Bandera. Remember
Okay.
that big old
Yep.
Bally's Health Club right there?
Yes.
So I had the little snack shop in there, and I started selling smoothies. And the shop was called Tropolicious. And back in the days, I used to wear all these leggings. You know, do you remember those leggings with the thong on the back? You know, with the socks. I mean, back in the days, I swear, I used to thought I was Cher. Back in the day, Cher was really hot. Well, she still is hot. Like when she's
Yes.
75 years old, that girl looks amazing.
Yeah, I saw a picture of her. She looked
modeled
good.
for
Yeah.
Domain. She just did
Exactly.
her whole
Yep, she
show.
looked good.
She's 75 years of age. Now, that woman, it's the woman that I do follow, and I want to look as good as her when I'm 75. But back in the day, she was real big. As a matter of fact, she was the role model for Bally's.
Okay.
And you would see the posters of Cher everywhere. And I mean, I had long, jet black hair. So I didn't look nothing like now I'm a blonde because, you know, I like blondes. They said blondes have more fun. But I used to
I've
have
heard
the
that.
color.
I've heard
I
that.
had the color of the hair. That's how beautiful my hair was. I mean, it was just long and black. But anyway, so I started my first business as a smoothie, selling leggings. That's how I started the fashion. I started, door-to-door knocking. I started selling the cosmetics. Then I went into Saks Fifth Avenue, worked with them for a little bit at the private club. I worked for Saks for a little bit. That's where I've learned just the beauty about the fashion industry.
Yeah.
Because that's where they train you. You know, in order for you to sell a $10,000 Chanel suit, they train you. In order for you to sell a Dolce Gabbana, $2,000 T-shirt, they train you. In order for you to buy anything that you buy, at Saks, the people that work behind those counters are well trained. And let me tell you, they're very well manicured. And that's why those designers make the money that they make. They know how to make money. What is the key to successful business is knowing how to present your product, knowing how to package, knowing how to talk about it, and knowing how to present the product. So yeah, you know what? I've taken a lot of learning curves in my life. I wasn't just born this way. I mean, I'm almost 59 years old. So
You don't look it.
Well,
I did
girl,
not guess that.
girl, I'm proud to say I'm
I did
59.
not guess that.
So I have taken a lot
And
of
look at her arms; they're all fit.
I know.
I mean, I have
more
I like
muscles
to
than
show
me.
my arms, right? So I like taking the different curves and learn. And I'm 59. I'm still learning. So then I got married right there at the Tropolicious. I met the love of my life, the father of my two boys. You love that story. Dr. Suggs. It was like
Clay,
I cooked
yeah.
a little croissant
Shout out to
and
Clay Suggs.
coffee for him every morning for 3 years. And then he proposed to me. We got married. We got two beautiful boys. And then, of course, he asked me, what do you want for a wedding gift? And I said, I want dirt. And he went ahead and gave me that beautiful land where the Las Palapas is sitting at today. So back over 20 years ago, I am proud to say, and I am grateful to Ron Acosta, the founder and the owner of the name and the recipe of Las Palapas.
Oh wow!
Because he had
Making me hungry.
2 locations. He had the
Yep.
West Avenue location and he had the Callahan location. And back in the days, I remember we met at a Bible study, and that's how we met at a Bible study. And it's like he said he had Las Palapas, and then the next day I went to Las Palapas because I had no clue Tex-Mex food. I knew I had the land because I was a wedding gift for my ex-husband, but I wanted to put a restaurant, and I kind of wanted to put like a Mexican restaurant. I already knew I wanted a Mexican restaurant. I just did not know what kind of Mexican restaurant. But when I discovered and I unveiled the recipe of the matcha burrito and the OG, and I unveiled the taco norteño.
Oh man, those are my favorite.
I mean,
The beef
it's just like,
taco
it was
norteño.
just like
I'm getting
amazing.
hungry.
Don't you love that food, girl?
Yes,
it's
I love Las
It's the best restaurant to go after you go drinking at
Yes,
nightclubs or whatever.
exactly.
You go get yourself a nice little hot chicken caldo and boy, you go home and you go to bed and you sleep like a baby. You know what I mean? But anyway,
I'm gonna have to do that tonight.
I discovered Ron Acosta at a Bible study. And so we sit down, we negotiate it, and I asked Mr. Acosta, I would love to have and be the first franchise of Las Palapas. So I'm very grateful to him because he went ahead and gave me the opportunity to my husband and me to allowed us to start the first franchise of Las Palapas. So the first franchise of Las Palapas was born right here in San Antonio, Texas at Leon Springs, the location that is right across the Dominion. So I highly recommend everyone to come and check it out. It is the only restaurant that is open 7 days a week.
Is it really?
Yes, it is. It is the only Las Palapas that it is open 7 days a week. So for everyone out there listening to this podcast, every Las Palapas in town is closed on Sundays except the Dominion location at Leon Springs. Why? Because of Lorena Suggs back in the days, because today I'm Lorena Monroe. Because of course, Dr. Suggs decided to trade me in for the school teacher. Don't you love this story? He did. He traded me in for the school teacher. Okay. It happens to be my second little boy's school teacher.
Oh God.
And decided to trade me in for the school teacher. You guys can laugh all day long.
You have the inventor now, though, right?
I sure do.
See,
girl.
you have the inventor now.
I went from good to best. Okay? I went from good to best. But anyways, I love Clay Sykes. I gotta tell you, he is the love of my life because I had 2 beautiful boys with him. And my 2 boys are the reflection mirror of myself and Clay Sykes.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, for everyone watching this podcast, all right, I'm sure that you could relate to my story, wives, moms. At some point, someone goes through a divorce, or the marriage doesn't work out, or whatever. Don't turn it into a hateful thing, especially when you have kids in between. You gotta make the best of it. You gotta let that little bird fly, and you gotta make the best for the kids. Yep. Because it is about the children.
Now, how long does it take you to do that, though?
You know what? It's a process, MikeAnthony. You know what? It depends. It depends on the situation.
Yep.
Like in my situation, obviously, it was, trading me in for the school. And I had to accept the fact that, okay, all right, my brother says, sister, you're getting a little old. Let it go. Because the young lady was 10 years younger than me. 10 years younger. That hits any woman at any age. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, the woman was 10 years. And I got to admit, when he did marry the young lady, all right, I did say, Dr. Suggs, congratulations. That was a good try. Good luck in your new marriage. You're going to love the story. 8 months later.
I'm friends with her
MikeAnthony is friends.
But I didn't know this until afterwards. This is so funny because she's actually being very open and transparent about her life.
Hey, it's called Late Nights with All Access.
Yes.
That's exactly why. I love
That's
it.
right, with all access.
Before I met Lorena, I actually am friends with her ex-husband without knowing it until Adam told me, about it.
I was there when y'all had
Yeah.
that conversation.
Yeah.
I was totally there.
I was like, what?
I didn't know
No
who y'all were talking about,
way.
but I remember the conversation.
Okay, so
He's a good chiropractor, y'all. He is.
It is. He's a wonderful doctor. I highly recommend him. I love him. I love you, Clay Suggs. No matter what you did to me, I still love you, boy.
Hey, everything happens for a reason, and
Yes.
you're happy now. in
Okay,
this-
I am so happy right now. And he is married for the 4th time. So
Just throw it out there.
Just to throw it out there.
Out.
He is married for the 4th time, but now the young
Is he still
lady.
the school teacher or different?
No, you know what? Now he's married to a beautiful nurse.
Yeah, she's
So
nice.
he traded in the school teacher for a nurse?
He traded in the school teacher for another school teacher. He did not learn.
Not at the same school, though, right?
No, another school. And another school teacher. And then he decided to settle in for a nurse,
There you
which
go.
is beautiful. And you know what? Let me tell you why she's beautiful. As long as my 2 boys tell me, hey, Mamacita, this is a good catch, and my boys are happy, that's all that matters.
Yes.
But the most important thing is that Clay is happy, and I'm happier for him. And you know what, ladies? If you're going through that stage in your life where your loved one doesn't love you, or it doesn't mean that you're not beautiful anymore or you're not worth anything. God always has a better plan for you, and you gotta look at it that way. You agree? What do you think about that?
Everything happens
Give me
for
your
a
point of view as a
reason.
woman. Talk about it.
Preach. I'm just going to say preach.
Because there's always something better out there. There's always a better opportunity. When somebody does not appreciate you anymore, move on to the next target. And move on to the next target, because there's going to be someone that will appreciate
Yes.
you. You agree, MikeAnthony?
I agree.
Okay.
I
I've been single
do.
for 5 years.
Okay.
So I can't really, I mean, I can definitely agree with what you're saying, but I can't say I've moved on and moved. It's been 5 years.
You've been.
I'll
5
let them
years?
come find me.
That's
At
right.
this point, y'all come find me.
That's
I
right.
don't got
You're a
time to go
beautiful
looking.
woman. But you know what? Your time will come.
Yes.
When you allow that
Yes.
opportunity to open.
If it's meant to be, it'll be. God will put
That's
it
right.
in my life.
I mean, if you look at my beautiful husband, David Monroe, right now, he is not my Rico Suave. He is not. Because if you've seen him, he is the most conservative, the most polite, the most beautiful gentleman. And when I met him and we became best friends. He needed someone to translate for him in his company. Okay? And I just came on in his life to translate, and next thing you know, we became best friends. But he stole my heart, girlfriend. Has that ever happened to you?
it's been a long time. It has, though. That's like
That
the best feeling ever.
That someone comes and then next thing you know, they steal your heart. It's like, what the hell happened here?
Who are you? Where did you come
I
from?
know.
Where have you been all my life?
Next thing you know, I am married to this man, and I'm Mrs. Monroe, and I've been with him for 14 years. And you know what? He is my
14 years,
pillow. He is my pillow. He's my life. He's not my husband. He's not. He's not the kind of guy that I'm going to be, hypocritical about. Oh, I fell in love with him. No, it wasn't that way. No, it wasn't. He stole my heart. How did he do it? I don't know. But, that's what love does. Love comes in a very special way. Don't ever expect it. Let it be.
Exactly.
Let it be. It's going to come when it's going to come. Do you guys love my story?
Yes.
Okay, so next thing you know, I am Mrs. Monroe. I've been with him for 14 years. October,
amazing.
This Halloween would be 14 years that we've
Oh,
been
really?
together.
Wow.
Yes, and you know what's funny is that every time that we have a little disagreement or we're not agreeing in certain things, I always say, baby, till death does us apart.
You're stuck with me.
You're stuck with me.
Baby, till death does us apart. But we never really have those moments because he's so involved in what he does. I'm so involved in what I do. He went ahead and gave me as a gift 2 years ago in 2020, Bonita Productions.
Aw.
And I love him for that. And he says, Bebita, here is your production company. Go have fun at it. And how that was born was because I got invited through a huge network that they wanted us to do a reality show. And they wanted me to put 7 women, and they wanted us to go at it, and do the typical little, reality show. And contracts were signed. We came here. We did the first season. We recorded it. We were good to go. People flew in from LA. But my husband was right in the middle of a settlement of the iPhone cameras, and he came up to me and says, Bebita, and his attorneys, and said, you just can't be on this reality show. You just cannot be on the spotlight. And when you're married with someone that you truly do love, you're always going to put it in the table, and you're going to put a balance to your marriage. You know, and of course, it wasn't the time for me on the spotlight. And you know, one thing my husband said that I will never ever forget. He said, "Bebita, if you will draw from the show, I would give you your own production company. That way you could always be on the spotlight and put everyone on the spotlight."
Oh, that's so cute.
Now you see why I married the
love
man.
it.
Now you see why I married the man.
Yes.
So now that's why I'm honored and I'm proud to say that I'm going around with a camera chasing everyone because I'm looking to put everyone on the spotlight and I'm loving everything that I'm doing.
That's awesome. That sounds like
What do you
fun.
think about that, Mike? And then, well, you've been to the studio. What do you think?
Oh man, her studio is amazing.
I wanna go
It's
check
top
it
notch.
out.
It is top notch. It's I've never
It's
seen a studio like
awesome.
that. It is.
It's at Techport.
It is a tech board, but right now I'm starting to do reality shows. So I am
I
doing
want to
my
be on
first.
a reality show.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun. So I do have a huge challenge this year because I'm putting a reality show together with those Latinas, with this beautiful lady. Her name is Casey Luna. And Casey Luna is teaching me everything that has to do about learning how to ride horses.
Nice.
Nice.
So we're putting it behind camera. So everything that I'm putting behind camera, it's going to be an educational message. Okay, everything that I'm putting behind camera, it's going to be telling a story, like MikeAnthony's story. Like many, I mean, if you go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, Bonita Productions, I got close to 200 stories, which I'm in front of the camera, discovering and unveiling different people that really do have something to share. Whether it's a business, whether it's a product, whether it's a service, or whether it's a story of their lives, especially during the pandemic, because they gave me the company 2020. We opened the doors, the pandemic hit us, we shut down. And then during the whole year, I went in and just learned everything that I had to do behind the cameras, how to edit, how to record sound. And of course, that's why I'm best friends with Adam Ortiz. I'm best friends with Gerardo Pondo, with Pondo Media. I'm best friends with, different people that are helping me work and understand the industry. And what's nice now is that I do actually have other companies that are willing to team up with me in case anybody wants to do film, movies, anything. Why? Because I am about sharing the pie. I think you figured that out.
Yes.
MikeAnthony. I am about sharing the pie. The pie belongs to all of us. Producers, writers, directors, recorders, sound. I mean, because it is an army when you put something together. I mean, like right now we're getting ready to do Fashion Week.
Yep.
You know, at the end of the week. And I mean it's a teamwork. It's a military.
It really is a teamwork and everything, and all the stuff that you're putting together and able to give back to the community and help others, give them that spotlight is amazing. Now you did touch something right now about Fashion Week. Is Fashion Week, and correct me if I'm wrong, that's a huge thing in San Antonio, right?
It is. Well, Fashion Week is a huge thing in the big cities.
Yeah.
But the beauty about it is that now we actually have it locally right here in San Antonio. It is called Texas Fashion Week. Why? It's because it's throughout Texas, but we actually hold the biggest final event in the full week from 7 days and on.
So that's from the 1st of October
Yes.
all the way until the 7th.
Yes.
And then
exactly.
which event are you going to be hosting?
I'm going to be hosting Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, which is the three biggest. Every night is a special night.
Okay.
But there's just so many, and you have to understand that I also do a lot with San Antonio. I also do a lot for my customers, my private clients that I do have with Bonita Productions. So there has to be a balance. Lorena
Yes.
cannot be at every single function, and I do want to extend a thank you to everyone that's sending messages, text messages, that's inviting San Antonio Monthly Magazine, is inviting Bonita TV, Bonita Productions, that's inviting us to cover the red carpets for not only the Fashion Week, MikeAnthony, but for all the other events, like openings of restaurants, opening of businesses, because now this year is ending by everybody just booming, and that's like the biggest blessing we can have, because everybody is being active with their businesses now, the fashions, the shows, everybody is rock and rolling, especially the restaurant industry, the concert industry. So everybody's inviting me to be everywhere, but I cannot be at all the events. I can only do so many because we want to do the quality of work. It's not the quantity that I'm looking for. Back in the days, that used to be the quantity where I used to run and go to 3-4 functions in one day. But I kind of found out that that's rude. That's rude. Because people do go out of their ways to put their big functions for you to just show up there for 10 minutes and then run off to the next event. So I've already made a commitment this year to I'd rather go to one event and do a great job. So I'm looking for quality, and I'm doing the quality of work this year. Yeah,
That's
so
amazing.
it is a big night. So I am covering Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night at the Tobin Center. I highly recommend that you guys go to TexasFashionWeek.org and purchase your ticket. They are as low as $75 for the best experience that you could ever see in New York, Los Angeles, Milan, Europe. Those tickets are anywhere between $500 to $10,000 a ticket.
Oh my
Oh, wow.
goodness.
A ticket for you guys to see different, designers.
So what is going on Wednesday night?
So, the best thing to do, MikeAnthony, so that people get the right information, just go to the website.
Go to the website.
Just go to the website, because it's going to tell you the specifics, the times, what's taking place at every event.
Okay.
I don't know exactly, and I don't want to mislead people and say,
Yes.
just throw things and information around. Best thing to do is these people that are putting everything together at the Texas Fashion Week have done such an amazing professional job maintaining their website. It's self-explanatory. I believe everybody does have a cell phone. Just go to TexasFashionWeek.org and go and scroll down, and you're going to find out fast. Also, Facebook.
Yes.
Everyone has Facebook, so just go to Facebook. Just go to
So
Texas
is your
Fashion Week.
is your biggest event going to be the Masquerade Fashion Show on
That's
Saturday?
going to be on the Saturday. Yes, that's on the 8th Saturday. That's a private event, and
Okay.
it's going to be at someone's home. I do a lot of private events, and that's going to be sponsored by Bonita Natural, which is my boutique.
Okay.
My boutique's been established for close to 35 years, because I started at Lackland Air Force Base, and of course it was under a different name. It's changed names 3 times. So when I married Dr. Clay Suggs, it used to be called Unique Boutique. So then when I married David, I changed it to Bonita. So it's been Bonita for 14 years now.
That's
a little over 14 years. And then David Monroe added Natural. The natural. And I said, why natural? And David says, because natural, you can spell it English and Spanish, it's the same spelling. Oh, I said, I like that.
Yep.
So we went ahead, we registered the company Bonita Natural, bonitanatural.com, and it's all based on glitz, glam, fashion, and makeup. My favorite.
I love it.
Do you do makeup as well? Like, do
Yes.
you put it on? Are you a makeup artist as well?
Yes, I'm a makeup artist.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been a makeup artist since I was probably 14 years old. My first job was at Nordstrom's, and it was Clinique.
Oh, wow.
I started with Clinique. I represented Clinique.
What's that?
The line of cosmetics.
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
girly.
see, I wouldn't know, y'all.
MikeAnthony is a girly thing. It's a girly
it's a
thing.
brand.
And then, of course, I represented Chanel. The cosmetic, for about 8 years. I was their international makeup designer.
Ooh.
And I
Oh,
always
wow.
used to launch only their seasons, because Chanel is known that every season of the year they do like a extravaganza at the counters. At every Chanel counter there is in all the shopping centers, and they introduce the color of the fall, spring, summer, winter. And I used to come in 1 week out of the season, and I used to come in and I used to do the big huge events back in the days.
Oh, wow.
Back we're talking back in 1996, 97, 98. So yeah, I got trained by Chanel.
That's amazing.
Pretty big deal.
I'm proud to say
it's
you know,
amazing to see like different industries and learn a little bit about them, because sometimes you just don't know what you don't know, and to know how serious Fashion Week is, or how serious the makeup industry really is, and to someone that doesn't know, they may just look at it as like, oh, just makeup, this, that, but there's a lot of hard work to do it, and it's not like everyone can do it.
Oh, there's a lot that goes into it. I wish I only know like a very small. I put like the most basic
But
on
you're
my
beautiful.
face. Thank
You don't need
I
much.
appreciate it.
Look
Thank
how beautiful you are. How old are you?
But there's How old do I look?
You look like 20, girl.
Oh, thanks.
Don't be lying.
How
now.
old are
I'm
you?
34.
No way.
I just turned 34 and a half.
You look 20.
Thank you, because black don't crack.
Black
So
don't crack.
beautiful.
you.
My
I
goodness.
appreciate
Well, honey, you
it.
know, black don't crack, but she's young. She's
We're gonna have to have her on the show more often.
I know, right?
She makes
And
me
she's single.
very.
Yeah.
AF, slide
Okay,
in
now,
the DMs.
do you have any babies?
No.
No babies? Ooh.
34 with no
Honey,
kids.
after
That's very
this-
rare in San
Sweetheart,
Antonio.
after the podcast, you ain't going to be alone for long.
You would think that. We've been doing this for almost 4 years. I'm still
Not with
alone.
me.
Not with me.
You're right. You're right.
Not with
You're
Bonita.
right.
You'd be surprised what a little magical little thing I have here.
I would love to. I would love.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
we're
she
gonna do that
likes
sometime.
people sliding her DMs. So
Yeah. Well, you know what, too? I am known to marry people.
Aw.
I have married at least 8, 9 of my girlfriends.
Really?
Absolutely.
Oh, take
found
my
them-
number down.
I found them that little
girl.
match, little Rico Suave here and there. Next thing you know, they've tied the knot and they're happy. As a matter of fact, right now, one of them, her name is Monica Navarro, and she's in Puerto Vallarta with her loved one. And
Oh.
she's so in love.
Who is
she's
it?
So, Monica Navarro.
why is that now? That name sounds
Because
familiar.
she was with Univision for 40 years. She just
really?
retired.
Oh wow.
She was bored, and I said, "Let's find you a love in your life." And I did. I found her the love of her
Aw,
life. Yeah,
that's
and she's
good.
in Puerto
Well,
Vallarta.
congratulations.
Right now.
I want to
To her.
Yeah,
You're gonna
I-
be going out of town pretty soon.
I am, but not there.
I know. Where are you gonna go?
Cayman Islands.
Oh,
Cayman
nice.
Islands.
Cayman Islands, nice.
There we go.
Next Thursday. Hey.
So this week, Fashion Week, you have Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday, and then Saturday is the big show for you.
For me, yes.
And it's going to be a private
a
event.
private event.
So can people register
Yes.
to buy tickets for that, or is
Yes,
it free?
no,
or?
it is free. It is
Okay.
free. It is it is private. And if people want details, the only thing they have to do is inbox me, Lorena Monroe, or you can inbox Bonita Productions, and I'll give you all the details because we're not going to put it out there, you know,
Yes.
an open invitation because we can only hold so many people there. But
Yes.
I am going to put a beautiful. It is a Masquerade Fashion Show, which I'm excited about it because Bonita Natural is putting in all the gowns.
Oh, nice.
We're going to have all the showing for the gowns, and it's going to be really nice. I'm really excited about that. That's going to be on Saturday night. So
awesome.
I'm busy this whole week.
Well, thank you for
Yes.
being on the show, and thank you for allowing us to come in here. And you know what? This is probably the first time we've done a show without any breaks. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's because of the fact that it was just going
There's a lot
so
of
well.
good stuff.
Yes, a lot of good stuff.
I feel like I learned a little bit today.
Yes.
Okay, so I
of
want
course.
you to be able to ask me one question before the show is over.
You want me to ask you one question? Do you ever walk in your own fashion shows?
All the time.
Really?
I love
She like all the time. She like
and Adam knows that. I love to do the grand entrance, and I love to do the finale. And I always have like spectacular dresses to do the opening and to do the closing.
Oh, I love
So
this.
yes, I do. I love putting myself in the runways and doing my my own shows and stuff. So yeah, and I'm always looking for models. So if you want to be on the spotlight, you want to develop, you want to have your new image for 2023. Let Bonita Natural change your little world.
So
and the
models
fashion
needed, just
industry.
female or male models too?
Male models and females, both.
Both
We don't leave
models.
the boys to the side because I'm always looking for gorgeous looking heroes because heroes are always good with girls. Like to walk them, or
Okay.
sometimes we do opening shows, we do dances. We put choreography together according to what the theme is.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yes,
love that.
So-
absolutely.
So besides the Fashion Week, there is another huge event that's happening this. Actually, there's a couple huge events that are happening this month. But one of the biggest ones is the annual Barbacoa Big Red Festival. So shout out to DJ Tonic. He gave us plenty of general admission tickets and VIP tickets. So that's going to be happening Saturday and Sunday. Go to their Facebook page, go to their website because they have a huge lineup of different artists both nights. It's incredible. Go follow us on Facebook and Instagram because we're going to be giving away several tickets throughout the whole entire week for the Barbacoa Big Red Festival, and we'll probably be out there either Saturday or Sunday. I got to double check. And then the second biggest event, or another big event that's happening this month, is the Big Texas Comic Con. And they have tons of different actors from the 90s and, you know, even some TV shows that we used to watch. Saved by the Bell. You have Zach and Slater going to be there,
crazy.
which is pretty crazy.
That
yes,
was like my childhood. I loved both of them.
but Big Texas Comic Con, and we're going to be giving away tickets, and we're going to be having John. He's the CEO of the Big Texas Comic Con. He's going to be one of our special guests as well. And then of course we have a really good lineup with special guests coming up. Some of them are still finalizing which dates that they're going to be picking, but I'm excited about it. And of course we started off this month with you, Miss Lorena Monroe, and it was just amazing to have you part of it. You just shared a lot of knowledge too.
Yeah, secretos.
A lot. But one more event too, since I know you love Techport, Davies Entertainment having their fight this Saturday as well at Techport. So it's their first, I think, real big fight outside of their own event facility. So that's pretty big deal for them to be at Techport now. Yes. So yeah, and there's still tickets available as well. So
everyone, Techport is the place that is happening, and let me tell you, tickets are very reasonable. Even if you become a member of it, I mean, it is important for the community to know that it is happening up there.
Now, also this week for myself, I'll be pretty busy with just having fun, just to let y'all know. So
it's his birthday.
It's my birthday. Yeah. Yes. So I have fun with everything I do. To be honest with you, work's never, like you said earlier. I never feel like I work at a day in my life because I have passion for everything I do. But this week is coming up to where my birthday is around the corner. It's on Thursday. So for the very first time in a long time, I decided to not do anything in the clubs. I don't know why. It just felt, it was just so heavy on me to where after the brunch festival, I said, do I really want to be in the club partying? Even though I don't drink, I still love having people around me that drink. I do it for them mainly. But I said, you know what? We're going to just do something chill.
I personally appreciate that because I've had to actually dress up and go to the club. That's only, I think the only time I've really been in the club is for your last couple birthdays. Yeah. Other than that, I really don't do the club thing. I'm a bard. I like to dress like this. I like to be comfortable. They call me Nat Boogie. I like to dance. So I genuinely appreciate you not wanting to do it in the club this year. Thank you. But I will be there on Thursday. I'm ready.
Yes, Thursday is a private celebration with some good friends and good family. Just low key, nothing too crazy. Same theme, all black attire. Shout out to Mystic and E Flat. They're going to be DJing there. It's going to be at Alamo Biscuit Company. So John, I appreciate it. One of my best friends, actually my best friend. I appreciate you always looking out for me and just having good vibes. And I'm excited about it because a lot of the people that I'm close with, you know, you're looking at Taryn, you're looking at yourself. Hopefully, maybe if you're not too busy, you can come out. Javi, I know, but still, you can still make a special appearance. Adam and everyone, the team. It's just amazing just to have just close people. Maurice from Costa Pacifica said he's going to be there.
Nice. Manuel just said he'll be there.
So Nolan, yes, we invited him. So Richie Rich, if you're not too busy, come out there. So just close friends and people just to be chilled in, and it's going to be fun.
That's the best way to do it.
Yes. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm. That's the best way to do it.
Close friends, and the people that love you are going to be there. And even if they can't make it and they wish you a happy birthday, you know they love you. Because a lot of people can't make to all the events.
No, of course. Mm-hmm. And then also on that night, we're going to be presenting the check to Faithbound Street Ministry. So we finalized all the numbers from the brunch festival. Very cool. And again, we're giving 10% of the proceeds to Faithbound Street Ministry. Aww. So that'd be a really special night because it's not just about me. It's actually about giving back too as well.
I know they'll really, really appreciate that. I do really want to give out a couple shout outs for Mike because we didn't really talk about our weekends. So I want to shout out because we were talking about E Flat. Shout out to the homie E Flat. I actually went to go meet up with him on Thursday. We were at the Grove, formerly Beer Goggles. And it was me, him, and his homegirl, and we had a good time. Him and I actually had started hanging out a little bit after the brunch festival. We hung out all night, hopped around at different bars, hung out the other night. Good people, always a great vibe. So he's definitely one of the homies. And then a big shout out to K-Rock and to my girl Jasmine and to my guy Eddie. We did a dinner get together on Saturday. Nice. Jasmine planned it. She assigned me mac and cheese. It was like a dinner potluck thing. So we all had something we had to bring. I was assigned mac and cheese. It was my first time ever making homemade mac and cheese in my entire life. And so I had done a post on Facebook asking if people had like recommendations for a good recipe, and a couple people said the Patti LaBelle recipe was really good. So I Googled it. Patti LaBelle recipe. I Googled it. I added bacon. It came out amazing especially for my first homemade macaroni and cheese ever. And then Eddie, he made some steaks, some picanha marinated in Wagyu. And he made some alligator sausage and bone marrow. And I didn't even know that K-Rock was coming. Jasmine had invited him, and when I showed up, she was like, "We have a surprise guest coming." And I guessed it was him, and I was right. He showed up. This fool brought lobster tails.
I saw that storyline of yours.
Oh my gosh!
Shout out to K-Rock. I love you. He's gonna be there Thursday.
It was honestly, talk to him about that. It was honestly one of the best meals I've had in a very long time. It was like steak, lobster, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, caprese salad with a charcuterie board. I drank the most wine I've ever had in my entire life that night. I didn't go home till like 4 a.m, and all I did was chill at my homegirls. We had s'mores. We sat by the fire outside and ate s'mores and drank wine and listened to country. And it was honestly one of the best nights I've had in a very long time. And I didn't even have to go out to a bar. So I had to give a big shout out because we're doing that again. And that honestly was the best food ever.
Wonderful.
I loved it.
Wonderful.
Richie said there's an art exhibition this Sunday by Monique Reyes at Elan Hotel at La Cantera. Starts at 5.
So much going on. My goodness, look at all of that.
Oh, Richie, yes. He said, I appreciate the concern about me DJing Miami during the hurricane. I knew for a fact, Richie, you and I knew Natasha were there, and I was watching, I'm like at the gym, and like it's showing like the hurricane coming and all the devastation. I'm like, no, I have friends out there.
No, I know.
So I'm glad y'all made it back safe.
But again, we appreciate everyone tuning in. Miss Lorena Monroe, thank you so much for allowing us to be here.
Thank you.
How can people follow you on social media?
Very simple. Facebook, Bonita Productions. Instagram, Bonita Productions USA. And really, I would love people to follow me in YouTube, which is Bonita Productions.
Okay.
I never really advertise my social media like I should. But MikeAnthony, you've been teaching me a lesson. It's important to advertise your social media. I do have over 200 videos on my YouTube, which I'm so proud of them. And the nice thing about it is that people continue giving me the opportunity because I'm always honest. You know, and I always tell people, look, I don't charge much because I'm learning as I go. So if you scroll all the way down from my YouTube channels, and I'm proud to say this, that my videos keep getting better and better and better and better because, you know, I just challenge myself every day.
Yes.
I challenge myself to do a better job in recording, directing, producing, but most of all in learning how to edit. And I want to thank Pando Media. I want to thank Adam Ortiz. I want to thank, just everyone that's supporting me, you know, with just everything that I'm doing with Bonita Productions because it is a lot to learn. It is a lot to learn. And I want to thank you, MikeAnthony, because you have always been very supportive of everything I do. And you following me and just everything that we are doing all together. It's about a teamwork. And
yes,
thank
ma'am.
you for inviting me to your show.
No, thank you. You know what? So we usually when we have a guest, we always do a top 5. And it's usually top 5 DJs, right?
Yeah.
But because you're in fashion, shout out to DJ Richie Rich because he just commented. Let's change it up and do top 5 designers. Who are your favorite top 5 designers locally here in town?
You know what? There's just so many of them, and it's hard to choose.
And no one in particular order, but who are like five top designers that we should know about in San Antonio?
Locally in San Antonio, well, there is probably there's too many of them. I'm not even going to name one. Because if I name 5, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Because
we do that all the time with the
agree?
DJs.
No, do you agree? Seriously,
no, because when we do the DJ list, I always say that. But I still name them.
I mean, I personally represent over 55 different designers in my line of couture and line. And like one day I remember I mentioned one designer and I forgot about the other. And not because I didn't forget. It was just the fact that I was just happened to be wearing that dress. And boy, I got myself in trouble. So
Who are you wearing right now?
I'm telling you,
Right.
that's right.
I've always wanted to ask that.
Exactly.
I feel like it was a perfect time.
I'm gonna have that joy. I'm gonna have that joy to be asking that question on Friday night. Okay, who are you wearing? No, and I really don't even like to ask that question, really, because you put people on the spot, and sometimes they don't want to say.
But usually, I feel like they would be prepared because I mean that's like a big thing that's
It
known in
is.
like events
But who
and
are
like
you
red
wearing
carpets
tonight?
and stuff like that.
Is
So
that
I
your
feel like
own?
that's something they should be prepared.
Yes, like tonight, right now, I'm wearing Kiki Riki.
Kiki Riki.
Kiki Riki.
I like that
Yeah,
name.
Kiki Riki.
Is that
Kiki
local?
Riki it's not a local designer.
Okay.
It's based out of New York.
Okay.
Most of my designers are based out of New York. And, there's over 55 designers that I represent. I am a reseller. I am not in any way a clothing designer.
Okay.
I am a fur designer. Yes, I do design beautiful furs. I mean, I've designed furs since I was a little girl, mug cloaks, parkas, beautiful coats. I do have my own line
So
of
you say
Bonita
this
furs.
designer is Kiki what?
Kiki Riki, New York.
Kiki Riki. Okay, so that's one designer. What's another 4 designers that are really good?
Listen, the best thing to do, MikeAnthony, I know you want to get me in trouble, but you're not going to get me in trouble. You agree? Do you agree?
I get
Defend
it.
me. You
I
need to
get it.
defend
No,
me, all
I'm
right?
right there with
The
you.
best thing to
Defend me.
do, everybody needs to be at the Fashion Awards Friday night, because you're going to get to see all my top, not 5 designers, but you're going to see my top 25 designers. All these people that are going to be up on the runway, and I'm not going to mention.
I blame
one of
you,
them.
Richie Rich, for that.
I'm not going to mention one of them.
Yeah.
Because you need to be there, because they're amazing, and you're going to see the video. You're going to see the after finish video, because I don't want to take the cherry away from the cake.
I've
before.
seen the Fashion Week awards from social media, of course, and shout out to everyone that rents out a party bus or limo through with me
Oh, you
for that
should
night.
remind me. I
So
didn't talk to you about
I
that.
appreciate that a lot. But I do want to say thank you for everyone tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know. You can go ahead and follow me on Instagram, official MikeAnthony.Torres, on Facebook, Mike Anthony Torres. Late Nights with All Access on Facebook, official All Access podcast on Instagram. And then, of course, we have only 12 Monday nights left until the end of the year. If you want to become a special guest, please slide in the DMs like Ms. Nat Boogie says, and we will go ahead and review it and let you know what's the next process. But we are looking already for some new special guests to finish off the year in November and December. It's a great opportunity to be able to share your story, as well as promote and advertise your business or services, or even events that you have coming this year. So please make sure to continue to follow us. But thank you so much for allowing us to be here. Yes. I do appreciate it. And thank you everyone for the birthday wishes too as well. I'm excited to celebrate another year. It's been a blessing. I think this past year, my 35th year, I was able to accomplish a lot in this one year, from my first real estate flip to my first music industry investment, to owning my condo officially, legally, having a first renter, the podcast, friends, everything. This in my 35th year has been absolutely amazing. There's only one thing missing, and that's my mama being able to see it in real life. But I know she's with me in spirit, so I do appreciate everyone.
Yes, and like he said, thank you so much for allowing us in your home. It is beautiful. It was such a pleasure meeting you and having you on the show.
Thank
Definitely
you.
have to do it again soon.
Thank you. Yes.
I am Natalie Charlene on Facebook, Nat Boogie spelled with no E, on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, Tinder, Hinge, all of the above. Slide in those DMs. It is Late Nights with All Access with myself and Mike Anthony. Catch us every Monday night right here on Facebook and YouTube at 10 p.m. ish. Big shout out to Adam and Javier always for making us look and sound good. Shout out to y'all for watching, continuing to support, and staying up late
Gracias, Javier.
with us. We appreciate it, guys. I hope y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe. God bless. And please, as always, use protection. Peace.
Hasta la vista.